More Texas Business Radio.
With Matt Register and Jay Curry.
And we're back. Hello, Texas. Welcome back to Texas Business Radio. Boy, do we have a program going, and it is a dandy. We're talking hospitality. We're talking wine. We're talking eating, food, first class. And we're going to wrap this program up today with one of the finest restaurants in the state of Texas. I'm so glad to have our guests here. But I'm Jay Curry, your host for this segment, along with George Walden, who is Matt's partner with Corporate Finance Associates and a regular host. George, thank you for joining us. Also, for those people who are listening, I want you to sit back and relax, because you can go to Texas Business Radio anytime and you can see and hear all of our programs, all of our guests, all of our sponsors. It's all there at texasbusinessradio.com. All right? You can also call. We have a 24-hour line. That's right. You can call us at 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll get that recorded. We'll ask us any questions you want. We'll get the experts on. We'll get that answer for you, and we'll get it on the air for you. That's 844-814-8144. 24-hour line. Also, we monitor hashtag TBR on Twitter. There are plenty of ways to get to us, but you always start with texasbusinessradio.com. All right, we're wrapping this program up with a restaurant here in Houston called the Taste of Texas. And folks, it's one of the finest restaurants in the state, without question. I have in the studio here with me Norm Faust,
yes,
who's the manager of the restaurant, and also Corbin Blackford.
Yep.
Did I get that right?
You did.
Who's kind of in charge of the
e-commerce business.
E-commerce,
Yes,
online
sir.
stuff, which is booming, and we'll get to that also. But Norm, let's start with, tell us about the Taste of Texas. What's that all about?
Well, A Taste of Texas is just an incredible restaurant. Been in business since 1977. We are blessed with incredible business. We are a number one independently owned restaurant in Texas, and it's a really incredible restaurant. From our certified Angus beef that we specialize in, to our wine list, to our beer list. It's an incredible restaurant, and I've been blessed. I've been working there for 27 years, so it's good.
So you've been there 27 years. The restaurant's been there 40 years, right?
Yes, sir.
It has a reputation that can't be matched. It's the specialty, though, is beef, right?
Certified Angus beef.
When you say certified, that's more than just, hey, this is premium or
Oh, exactly.
grass-fed.
It's top 8% of beef. It is fantastic. We have fillets. We have New York strip, which is my personal favorite, porterhouse. One of our most popular steaks now is the tomahawk steak, which we introduced a couple years ago, Father's Day, and it was a huge hit. So you cannot go wrong ordering a steak at Taste of Texas by far.
Right. So if you love beef, this is the place to go. And you're located in Houston around
Beltway 8 and I-10.
Right.
Beltway 8 and I-10.
the west side of town, I-10 and the Beltway.
Yes.
It's a beautiful place, folks. You got to go enjoy this. So now, Corbin, you're in charge of the online. That's kind of a new deal. Tell us a little bit about what that's all about.
It
'cause
is.
This is really catching on.
Yeah, no, it's been a wonderful thing. Everything at the Taste of Texas is about family, and the e-commerce business is as well. It was started by my wife's brother, Ed Kay, who needed to create a business when he was at Harvard Business School, and so he looked at his family business and said, I think it could do online sales as well. And so he began it and started it with Ed and Nina, and then my wife's sister Lisa ran it for a number of years, and now Kristen and I are doing it. And essentially, we ship flash frozen certified Angus beef, Taste of Texas steaks aged over 40 days all over the continental United States. And it's a way of bringing Texas hospitality to other cities in Texas and all over the U.S. It's been a wonderful part of the business. And this year we to celebrate the 40 years of the Taste of Texas, we're also selling our cookbook, Perfectly Aged 40 Years of Recipes and Stories from the Taste of Texas, also through our e-commerce business as well as in-house.
Taste of Texas has always had, just a reputation for excellence, but you also have a culture of excellence, and you have a great relationship with your people. You take care of your people. You actually have scholarships for your people. Would you go into that a little bit?
Sure. Ed and Nina have always believed that while the primary reason that the Taste is in business is, of course, to be a profitable business, the secondary mission is to develop and promote your staff. And so very early on, they began to focus on employee scholarships. So they give grade bonuses for A's and B's and things like that. But in addition to that, they do all these sorts of special events, whether it be wine dinners or beer dinners or Christmas tours or adult history tours that raise money for our employee scholarship fund. And we're able to give thousands of dollars a year to our employees to help them improve their education, whether that's through traditional college or through a realtor course or something like that. They also do a lot for the community when it comes to education. Nina is a Texas history buff. And so she has accumulated a world-class Texas history museum within the Taste of Texas. And so in Texas, in the 4th grade, you study Texas history. So she brings through school children nearly every day of the school week. She's doing it right now as we speak. And we believe that 400,000 4th graders have come through the Taste of Texas on these school history tours, and everything is complimentary and free. We feed them. It's just a service that the Taste believes in.
400,000
Yes, sir.
kids have gone through to learn about the history of Texas.
Yes, sir.
That's really an amazing story.
Yes.
And good for Nina for that. Now, Norm, we're also talking a little bit of wine here. You've got to have a good wine with a good steak, right? And that's kind of your expertise, but you're particularly, you've been recognized by the Wine Spectator?
Yes, sir, for 22 years. We won the Wine Spectator Award for 22 years. So our wine list, I'm constantly updating, working on it, listening to guests, what they, inquire about or certain things. Texas wines are now getting more and more popular. And I brought in more Texas wine. William Chris is one of the wineries that we brought in. Incredible winery. So I want to diversify the wine list because we are blessed with people from everywhere in the world. So I want to make sure that, we help people out with the wine list and make sure they get something that they want. So, and Texas wines are getting, like I said, more and more popular. This year, over $13 billion has been impacted by Texas wine. So it's really neat and it's fun.
And so for 23 years, you've been recognized by the Wine Spectator.
Yes.
And boy, does that speak a lot about the Taste of Texas, that you've got that type of commitment. You're also committed to Texas wines. You're committed to the Texas kids. Mm-hmm. This, folks, is a wonderful business that happens to provide amazing steaks. Others, but steak particularly is really strong.
Oh, yes, most definitely so.
So, anything else you can tell us about the online particular, because this is new, right? I mean, but it's growing very rapidly. You said 30% increase. What's that about?
Yeah, no, this year we're actually up 30% on the e-commerce side, which has been wonderful. It is a relatively young business. I think it was started in 2005 or 2006. But this year we've grown. Now that we've got these cookbooks in-house, we'll begin packaging them with steaks so that you can get the cookbook at a slight discount when you buy them with the steaks. But our big product, in addition to the steaks this year, is this cookbook.
Yeah, this cookbook, folks, is amazing. It's like everything else about Texas and the Taste of Texas. It's first class. And it fits right into your fine steaks, fine wine, and
don't forget Harvey.
Together.
Yeah, I shouldn't. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Half of all net proceeds from the sales of the cookbook will go to Harvey Relief, and it's a great representation of the restaurant. In that it tells the story, of course, of the restaurant, but it also tells the story of Texas through the artifacts that are housed within the restaurant's world-class history museum. And then it has 100 plus of our favorite recipes. The photography was done by Deborah Smale, who's one of Houston's top food photographers. And it was produced by Ronnie Atnip, who did Johnny Caraba's cookbook in addition to others. It's really world class.
Where do you go to get the book?
You go to tasteoftexas.com and you can get the book right there.
Tasteoftexas.com. We'll put a link on TexasBusinessRadio.com right into that. Folks, you ought to check this out. But you got to go to the Taste of Texas. This is just an amazingly fabulous business and first-class restaurant, #1 in the state, top 50 in the country, right? All right, we've been talking to Norm Faust and Corbin Blackford, representing the Taste of Texas. Folks, that's about all we can cover. We've given you everything we know about wine, food, and hospitality, so we've got to go away and figure out something else that we can bring you next week. We've got Matt out as we speak, setting that up and getting ready. We're going to get smart and bring you something else. So this is Jay Curry, along with George Walden, saying thank you for joining us for today, and we will talk to you next week.
There's much more where that came from.
At TexasBusinessRadio.com.
Now open in Missouri City. Primeway Federal Credit Union is open to everyone with all the financial solutions you need. Checking and savings with access to over 50,000 ATMs nationwide. Home equity loans, mortgages, and auto loans. Plus, our mobile app makes banking on the go a breeze. Everything you need at great rates. Invest in your life today. Primeway Federal Credit Union, now open in Missouri City. Come see us.